Hi, how's everybody today? For me today, I am making a batch of homemade coffee creamer. So I thought I should obviously share that with you. Now, most recipes for homemade coffee creamer are like 2 cups milk and 1 can sweetened condensed milk. But what I'm going to do is make my own kind of version of sweetened condensed milk, but with dates instead of sugar. Hi, honey, what you doing?
I'm working on your boat because I love you so much, my dear.
Thank you. Good answer. I'll let you go do that.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome. He's dancing, you just can't see it. So, if you were to make your own condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, you would take 2 cups of milk and 1 whole cup of sugar and reduce that down to it's 1 cup. And then that sugar is gonna make it all creamy and thick. So it's the same thing as making evaporated milk. If you were to make your own evaporated milk, 2 cups milk and reduce it down to 1 cup milk, and just reducing it down like that concentrates it. So then the milk is then sweeter. So basically what I'm going to do is a version of, well, my version anyway, of sweetened condensed milk, but with dates in place of the sugar. So for my date sweetened condensed milk, I want 2 cups of milk. Now I always make it in this pan, and my pan down here has these markings for quarts and half a quarts. So I know the exact point for that to be, so I don't need to measure that. But you want 2 cups of milk, and then you want 5 dates, and I just kind of break them up a little bit. Now, can you make this with something other than dates? Yes, you could do honey. You could do your stevia in the raw. You could do your monk fruit. So any kind of thing like that, I probably should count. I think that was 2. Now, the sweetened condensed milk is that sugar that makes it so thick and creamy. So depending on what your substitution is, it might not get thick and creamy, but I kind of think, who cares, it's your creamer. What doesn't, what's the big deal? I think that was 4. Is anybody counting? Anyway, it's not a big deal. If you do 1 less, if you do 1 more, it's not a big deal. Now I'm going to sit this back here on my simmer burner on high just until it starts to boil. Then I'm going to immediately turn it down to a simmer. Now that is going to simmer for 35, 45, maybe even 50 minutes. If you do decide to make your own sweetened condensed milk, you'll stir that until the sugar dissolves, and then do not touch it, because anytime you splash that sugar up on the sides of your pans, it can crystallize. Well, we're not dealing with that today, so we're dealing with dates, and we can stir it all we want. Now, I made a batch of that yesterday, and once that is done, I just let it cool down, and then I give it a blitz in the food processor. Now, is this going to be the same color as sweetened condensed milk? No, because we use dates. But again, it's better for us. Do we really care? And I will tell you that this version of homemade coffee creamer, for a 2 tablespoon serving, it's only 32 calories. So let's give that a little mix here. So now we've got that all mixed up. And if you don't like those bits and pieces of dates in, just strain it when this is done, and you'll be fine. It might not be as sweet, but it'll still be fine. You don't have to have these broken up pieces of dates, but I figure, why not get all the benefit? Why waste them? So here we have our 1 cup, because we've let that reduce down from 2 cups to 1 cup. So we've got our 1 cup of our date condensed milk, and we're going to add 2 cups of milk. Now, I use whole milk. I'm a vitamin D kind of milk person. But you could do this with half and half. You could do this with heavy cream. That was one. One. You could do this with skim milk. Just don't do this with fat-free half and half. And the reason that we're not doing this with fat-free half and half is because that's what's in fat-free half and half. If you look at the ingredient list on a carton of half and half, it's cream and milk. That's the ingredients. But then this is the ingredient list for fat-free half and half. So you can see why you don't want to use the fat-free half and half. Now, why are we making our own? Because, you know, can't we just go buy one of those containers and it have all kinds of fun flavors and, you know, just coffee creamer and you pick it up and bam, you have it? Sure you can. But again, yeah, I feel like I'm always the bearer of bad news because I have to share with you those things you love and just the things you don't want either. So now we have this homemade coffee creamer. 2 tablespoons equals 32 calories is it. All natural, nothing crazy. And I would say if you were buying those flavored versions, this would be like sweet cream. But you can now take this and make it any flavor you want. It's really good. So you can add vanilla extract. You can add hazelnut extract, almond extract. You could add, make a cinnamon simple syrup and add that to it to have like a cinnamon version. You could add our homemade chocolate syrup to it for a chocolate version. What I think I'm going to do, because I have it and because it is the holiday season, I'm going to do my gingerbread syrup and make this gingerbread. Now, I think whatever kind of flavor that you make, that you just start with a couple tablespoons and taste, because for me, 2 tablespoons might be like, oh, that's perfectly sweet enough. I love it. And for you, you might want 4 tablespoons. So just do a couple and then do one at a time and just keep tasting, and then you'll know every time you make it, yep, you know, I need 2 tablespoons of vanilla or whatever. And just be careful buying your extracts and just make sure they're all natural and not flavored, artificially flavored. So I think I'm going to start. I probably should have shaken that up. Now, you're going to have to, in the morning when you make your coffee, give your creamer a little shake just to mix it back up. So I want to shake this and we'll give it a taste. I have a feeling I'm probably going to put a little more. So now I'm going to have this beautiful gingerbread coffee syrup or creamer that's going to be delicious. Now, normally if I don't have my homemade coffee creamer, I do like half and half and honey in my coffee. But when I have this coffee creamer, I just put the creamer in and then I don't even need the honey. Oh, you probably should taste it, Gary. I definitely taste the ginger. But I think I want to taste a little more ginger, so I'm going to go 2 more, and I think that's going to be perfect. So I hope that you find this useful. And just real quick, I'm starting to come up, so I'm going to lower this. And you just want to reduce that. I set my timer for 30 minutes and I'll come check on it. And if it's not ready, I'll set my timer for 20 more minutes and come check on it. It is going to form a skim on the top, but you just skim that right off and you're good to go. So as low as your setting will go, and just let that reduce by half. So I kind of know because like I said, I have that line in there and I just watch till it's halfway below that line. And so I know that sometimes I'm the bearer of bad news with all of those things that are in the things that you love, but I also hope that I'm the bearer of good news, bringing you delicious new recipes to replace those things that are quick, that are easy, but maybe it's not quick that you got to let that cook for, upwards of 45 minutes, but you're not attached to it. You can walk away from it. But so much better for you, so much healthier for you, and so easy to do. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. If you try it, let me know. Give me some thumbs up, and it's always appreciated. It does help me grow when you do those things, so it is appreciated. And I'm going to see y'all soon, and I hope everybody has a beautiful day. See you later. Bye.